Joining us, Democratic Congressman of Maryland, Glenn Ivey. So it's good to see you, Congressman. What can you tell us about how you and your Democratic colleagues plan to approach this vote?
Well, we're disappointed with the way this is moving forward. There was a hope, I think, for a clean CR if we were going to have to do that. This looks more like a Trojan horse that's got things in it that Republicans know Democrats don't want to swallow. And unfortunately makes it less likely that we can vote for the bill. In fact, I think as it stands now, we won't be able to support it. I know it's not an easy vote for me, but it's a clear and definitive vote for me. It's going to be a no.
I'm sure you saw that President Trump called through X on all Republicans to vote yes. The question is whether there would be any Democrats who defect to the other side. What conversations are you having about that?
Well, I'm not hearing Democrats that want to defect to the other side. We may have some that do, and there may be additional Republicans that have second thoughts about staying in support of this. I think they're starting to get a lot of blowback in red states about what's happening with respect to the Trump administration. So you've got things in this bill and also the other one, the budget resolution that had the Medicaid cuts, for example, that are going to have a real negative impact on hospitals, for example, in rural districts. And my district too, but they're starting to hear back from other people, other voters in red districts and red states that this is a problem and they want to reverse course from the Trump administration on this front.
Well, in fact, the president did offer his thoughts yesterday on how he thinks this could all play out. Let me play that for you, Congressman.
Is there going to be a government shutdown at the end of this week?
Could happen. I mean, the Democrats want that. They want to destroy the country. So I can't tell you, but it could happen. It shouldn't have happened, and it probably won't. I think the CR is going to get passed. We'll see, but it could happen. You never know.
So how do you combat this messaging? And you're obviously amused by it, but you can hear other Republicans saying the same thing. The Democrats want to shut down. And is it possible that the American people look at this and listen to him and you guys get the blame if it happens?
Yeah, I kind of doubt it. I mean, Elon Musk was the one that had a chainsaw and was running around on a stage waving it around like it's some kind of big joke. But the American public's starting to hear about the impact of cutting the jobs of tens of thousands of federal workers. They're starting to see that means that they don't get the services that they'd like to have. They're starting to see that can disrupt, for example, clinical trials to help cure cancer and Alzheimer's and the like. They're starting to see those kinds of impacts. They're also starting to see the impacts of, the Trump tariffs that are basically sales taxes on the American people and are pushing the economy in the direction towards a slump, really towards a recession. And I think the Wall Street numbers you're showing demonstrate that. So the American public's starting to see the impact of his rash and irresponsible approach. And I think they're going to start pushing for a change of course in the very near future.
I know some of your Democratic colleagues have been asking for assurances from the Trump administration that the money would be spent the way lawmakers intend, right? They're concerned it would further allow Elon Musk to slash the federal workforce. Many of them work in your district, which I think covers most of the black majority areas on the Maryland side of the Washington metropolitan area. What are you hearing from your constituents? What's been the impact?
Well, we're hearing a lot about the cuts for sure. We've had a couple of town hall meetings that have been on the telephone. 16,000 in the first one, 20,000 the next.
Wait. Sorry, you've had 36,000 people on teletown halls. Is that normal?
No, I've never seen anything like that. So it was a huge response. And then we did one in person 8 or 9 days ago, and that had 900 people show up. So, there's a huge concern. There's a huge impact that's being had here. But remember, federal workers aren't just in the Washington, D.C. area. 80% are across the country. And that means that things like national parks might get shut down. That means that services that are delivered at local Social Security hospital offices and VA hospitals are going to get cut back. And the public's starting to see that and have concerns about it. That's also why you got Republicans that are not having town halls anymore. They're worried about going home and getting the earful from their voters, as they should, about the negative impacts that they're seeing.
We're out of time, but I do have to ask you, when you have these kinds of numbers of people, whether it's in person or in a teletown hall, what do you say to them about their concerns? Can you give them any assurances?
All we can do is fight back. We've talked about the impact the court cases are having. Those have been positive. Congress is having a chance to push back. Frankly, this is our moment. He's done everything by executive order previously leading up to this. This is our first real chance to have a vote and push back on it. And of course, we've gotten rallies going on in the streets here in D.C. that I think are going to help to steer it in the right direction, too. But at the end of the day, the key is just to get the message out, educate the public, let them see what the negative consequences are from the direction he's taking, and I'm confident that they'll push for a change in the course of the Trump administration.
Congressman Glenn Ivey, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. We appreciate it.